Hi guys, Autumn here today to do my week 1 and 2 of May wrap-up. So I read 10 books in the last 2 weeks. So let's just get started. The first book I'm actually going to show you is I finished in April. It's the last book I read in April. And that was a reread, and that is The Hookup by Kristen Ashley. This is book 1 in the Moonlight and Motor Oil series. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, and I'm sorry if you could hear the airplane. My window's open because it's hot. So this follows Izzy and Johnny, and I enjoyed it. And yes. And then I read the second book in that series, The Slow Burn by Kristen Ashley, which came out on the 30th of April. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I listened to this on audio, and this follows Addie and Toby, and Addie is Izzy's sister, and Toby is Johnny's brother. And I enjoyed this one more than I did the second one. So this was my favorite book in the series, or duology. So, yes. And then I read Grading Curves by Maya Simmons. Sorry. This was part of the Read Me Romance podcast. First book by the author, and it released the week of April 29th through May 3rd. And this follows Nikki and Dean. Nikki is a professor, and Dean is a tattoo artist. And yeah. And then the other Read Me Romance was A Kiss to Keep by Willa Winters, which was a new to me author, first book by this author, and this released on May 5th, 6th through the 10th. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. Listen to this on audio, and it follows Chloe and Sebastian. This is a continuation of their book, so I think I would have liked that more if I started with their book, which it says to do, but I didn't. So I think I would have liked this a little bit more if I did that. And then I read 3 Alexa Riley books. The first one I read was His Hostage by Alexa Riley. This came out on the 3rd of May. This I gave 3 out of 5 stars. I read it from Kindle Unlimited, and this follows Jules and Cooper. So, yes. Then I read Wedding Cake Crashers by Alexa Riley. This they wrote on the podcast, but basically this follows Sugar, who her and a friend crash weddings. She crashes it for the cake, and her friend crashes it to meet the love of her life. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. It came out on the 9th of May, and I read this part of Kindle Unlimited, and I really enjoyed it. Then after you read that, at the end of the book, of that book, you get a link to the a free book, and that is Sweet Enough to Eat. I'm sorry, the glare. Trying. And this follows Nikki and Dean, who Nikki is best friends with Sugar, and I enjoyed this 4 out of 5 stars, and it also came out on the 9th. And then those are all the Kindle books. Yes. Those are all the Kindle books. Now I have the physical books. So The other one I finished was Balance, which I started in April. I just didn't finish. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This was the first book by this author I've read, by Lucia Franco. This is a forbidden romance with an age gap. The reason why I'm giving it 4 stars is I had a little problem with the age gap, because the first half of this book she's 15, and then in the second half she's 16, which is a little young for me, and he is 33 if I remember correctly, so it's a big age gap, and this is a gymnast book. This follows Adriana, who moves to his gym, Kova's, and he is a friend of her father's, and he's a coach, and he has a girlfriend, so there is cheating in this book, just be aware. This is book 1 in the Off Balance series, and I will be continuing on with this series, because I did like it and enjoyed it. I thought it was good, and I wanted to see where the story goes. I just couldn't give it a full 5 stars, because of the age gap, and it was a little slow, building for me. It took me 2 weeks to read this. I know it's a little big, but a lot of the times if I'm really enjoying a big book, it doesn't take me that long to read it. So the last 200 pages I flew through because I was really into it. But I'm excited to continue on with the series. I have the second one, and the third one just released on May 2nd. So I will definitely be continuing on with this series. And yeah. And then the last 2 were rereads. The first one was Never Been Ready by J.L. Berg. This is book 2 in the Ready series. This I read in 2014. And this follows Leah and Declan. They had a one-night stand. Leah is a OBG, OBG nurse, where she helps mothers, sort of like a midwife, but not a midwife. She's just the nurse. And then Declan is a Hollywood actor, and they have a one-night stand, sort of. It was supposed to be only a one night, and then he moves to film a movie where Leah lives, and yeah, I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed it, and loved getting back into this world. So, and then the next book I read was Ready to Wed by J.L. Berg. This is actually book 1.5, but I read this after I read Never Been Ready, because there is 2 novellas in this. There is a novella that follows Claire and Logan, if I remember correctly, that's his name. Yeah. Claire and Logan in the first book, When I'm Ready, or When You're Ready, and then the second novella follows Leah and Declan. So I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I should mention that I actually listened to this on audio, but this doesn't have an audio, so yes. And then finally, the last book I am currently reading is Ready for You by J.L. Berg. This is book 3 in the Ready series. This follows Garrett and Mia. This is a second chance chance story, and I'm only 56 pages in. So yes, but this has been on my TBR since June 2014, so it really needs to be done. So that is what I am currently reading. So my plans for the week is to finish this and pick up the fourth and final book in this quartet, which is Ready or Not. So after I finish those, I am going to pick up The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. I'm budding reading this with my friend, a coworker at work. So yes, need to get on to this, and I'm excited. I don't usually read fantasy, but this one, from what I've heard, will be like something I would be into, because it's more romance-based, I think. But this pretty much follows a princess or something, and she runs away, and then the prince and the assassin try to catch her, and you don't know which one is the prince and which one's the assassin, so I'm excited. But those are probably my plans for the week. I do have Ready for You and Ready or Not on audio. So after I finish those, I will most likely pick up another series. I might pick up either Fallen Crest or Eagle Elite series, but it all depends. If you read any of these, what did you think of them? And if you want a full review on any of them, let me know. I'd be more than happy to. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.